Alright, so I wanted to talk about free speech today because I feel like there is a section of our society, mainly my generation, the idiots in their 20s. They think it's really popular to sit there and tell people that they can't have an opinion on immigration or anything that doesn't coincide with what they believe, which is it's just a complete attack on free speech. You know, if you don't want illegal immigrants coming in, people are all ready to call you all kinds of names. You know what's sad? That's the homeless in our area, probably being harassed for being homeless. And it's not the cops' fault, they're just doing their job. But what's sad is we need jobs. You see that? We need jobs. If we don't get jobs, there'll be more people like that out on the streets. But that's not what this video is for. Our free speech is being attacked every single day. Every single day. If you don't believe in the wage gap between genders, you're considered a sexist. If you are old-fashioned in the way that you see marriage or a relationship, you are considered to be sexist, okay? Now, you ever notice, like, there are stay-at-home moms who choose to be stay-at-home moms, and they'll say something like, the hardest job in the world is to be a mother. And I have to admit, it's a pretty hard job. It really is. But it's required. It just doesn't make any sense that as soon as you're a man and you say the same thing, if you were to say, I want a woman to stay home and raise the kids, as soon as you say that, you're in trouble. The moment you say that. And then there's other things like, let's say you see somebody from the Middle East putting some boxes in their car every night when everybody else is asleep, or even during the day, and they just look like they're up to something, and you never see them do anything else. Let's say they work at Best Buy or something, you know, a regular job, or a Radio Shack or something, even a 7-Eleven. Oh my God, did I just say 7-Eleven? Like as if they all work there? Oh, let's all panic. No, I'm just kidding. But they have these regular jobs, okay, but yet they're putting stuff in their trunk, carrying rifle cases and all kinds of stuff. If you see anything like that, and they even slightly, even just the slightest, appear to be any type of sympathizer to ISIS or anything, report it. Who cares what people think about you? Report it anyways. People will die if we don't start reporting things. But they want to call you Islamophobic. Oh, he's an Islamophobic because he's marginalizing people and stereotyping. Okay, last I checked, they're the only people doing these mass attacks currently. Okay, we can argue about the Crusades. We can argue about just about anything all day long, and it's not going to stop people from coming over here and hurting us and trying to cause chaos. But they are trying to silence our voices. You can't talk, especially if you are a straight white conservative. You might as well just not have an opinion, because they don't care about if you want your family to be safe. They don't care about that, man. As long as everybody else's feelings are safe and everybody else's families are safe, then they'll be happy. But nobody ever talks about the poverty that white people go through, or how many white people get shot by police. And I'm not saying that as a hit on the police. I'm saying that there are more white people that get shot by the police. It's a fact. It's not, I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just a simple fact. But nobody wants to talk about us. Oh, fuck us if we get shot by the police. And what I think this is all about anyways, when anybody gets wrongfully shot or shot by the police officers, even if you deserved it, it comes down to policy. If you're a liberal and you're watching this and you're mad at the cops for shooting somebody, how do you change that? You go towards the policies. Even radicalized Obama realizes that, hey, I could either, this is what I think Obama thinks. I think Obama's a terrorist, and that's my personal opinion. I have the right to believe that. But I feel like he's one of those, it's like, I'm intellectual enough, I'll just change policies. And that's what he does. Okay? But that's a lot better than going around setting your city on fire, okay? And attacking white people and punching them and all that bullshit that they did in Milwaukee, which exposed the Black Lives Matter movement. I've been telling everybody that Black Panthers hijacked that movement and they want to kill white people. But don't say that, because then you're racist. Shit's gotta stop. We are allowed to have our own opinions. We are allowed to have our own opinions. Whether they like it or not. Basically, if you're conservative, anything that rhymes with ist or phobia, that's what you are, because you don't agree with them. It's disgusting. And earlier I was thinking to myself, liberals, they expect you to either agree with them or shut the hell up. And it's like, oh wow, wouldn't it be nice if they could just control our free speech so everybody would be forced to agree with them? Yeah, that would be great, right? No, it would not. Because once they silence our opinion, let's say they successfully silenced all conservative views. Let's say we live in a world where if you're conservative and you voice your opinion, you could be fined or arrested or something. If we lived in that kind of world, it would be chaos. It would be absolute chaos. Okay? It's sad. You can't even say that you support pro-choice. Pro-life, I can't believe I just said pro-choice. That's disgusting. I need to brush my teeth and wash my mouth out with soap. I meant to say, you can't even say that you're pro-life. Because the liberal agenda is, if you hold a baby's life sacred, especially if you're doing it because you're religious, then you're a bigot. And it's all about women's rights and it's their body. Isn't a baby a human body? Think about it. Isn't a baby a human body? What about their rights to their body? I'm sure if you could take any fetus and time travel, and let's say we let that fetus be born and we time travel to the future, I'm telling you that baby would say that they want to live. Okay? You're basically saying that can we go back in time when we get these time machines? If it ever happens, if we ever get time machine technology, which I know it's bullshit, this is far-fetched, but if we ever get time machines, let's go back and convince all of these abortion supporters, let's go convince their parents to commit abortions on them. Just saying. It's only fair, right? But if we could do that, they'd be freaking out. Be like, oh, that's murder. You're murdering us. You're going back in time. Convincing our parents to abort us. Wah, 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 wah. Then they'd care. Too bad God hasn't blessed us with that technology, because I would so go back. I would steal the time machine and go back and make sure that all the abortion supporters get aborted. Oh my gosh. That's just fantasy talk, We can only wish, right? But don't let people suppress your opinions. Don't let anybody, even if you have the most whack job of an opinion, I support your right to free speech. I will have an open dialogue with you. I will debate on policy. I will debate on anything, but no policy is going to be solved because you labeled somebody as something. When you say, oh, institutional racism exists, tell me what policy created the institutional racism that you speak of. Name an actual policy. Name one. And we can debate it. If you can point out where something like that has happened, I'll agree with you and we'll figure something out. But don't sit there and automatically label something, as Shapiro has put it, some nameless, faceless thing that you can't, that there's no solution for. It makes no sense, people. No sense. Okay? But, will my generation ever wake up, seriously, and think for themselves? The Democratic Party has been racist the whole time through their whole history, and you think that just all of the sudden they're going to change their ways and help victims? They create false narratives that people are victims. They're not helping you. They want you to believe that you can't do anything about your life or your future. They want you to believe that there's somebody out there holding you down. And you want to know why? Because it's them. Their policies are holding you down. Their policies are keeping you broke. Their policies are giving you the mindset that you shouldn't have babies. Okay? They create poverty in your area. Then you're not able to support your children. And that makes you more likely to kill your children. Okay? It makes you more likely to abort them. If you're in poverty and you're worried that, and maybe your environment's dangerous, or maybe you're promiscuous, whatever the case may be, liberals create all of that. They make you want to be promiscuous. They make you want to dress certain promiscuous type ways. Conservatives want to cover things up. Conservatives want to have class. They want their name to be respected. Okay, liberals want to be respected, but they don't earn it. They're a lot of times trashy. You know, how are you going to sit there and only liberals will support this? How are you going to sit there and sag your pants if you're a man and expect respect? How are you going to sit there and, as a woman, and have your boobs all out and expect respect? Now, I'm a man. I look every time I see anything hanging out when a woman has a shirt on and stuff is exposed. I'd be a liar if I said that I didn't look. But I respect women who cover up a lot more. You know, you ever see that meme that says, you know, with the boobs hanging all out, it says, hey, I'm up here. Okay, I am that guy that cares more about what's in here than what's down here. Okay, I am that guy. But am I gonna look? Yes. Do I think it's trashy? Yes. Still gonna look, but I think it's trashy. I would rather live in a society where I don't feel compelled to look at your boobs. Okay, that's nature telling me to look, but I know it's wrong. I should really fix it because in the Bible it says that it's adultery. So, hey, I'm a sinner, I admit it. But I need to quit committing adultery by checking out women. I get that. But my point is, liberals have created a narrative that, hey, if you want to sag your pants, it's your right. And yes, it is. I get that. But come on. You can't support some rights that you agree with and not support other rights. I support all rights, okay? What's sad is that they will only support like things that will fit their agenda. But as far as Trump's immigration, it's actually constitutional. It's legitly 110% in the Constitution that he can make those types of decisions on immigration. He's not a racist. Just simply go to Google and type in these words, Constitution and the word alien. Okay, Constitution and the word alien. When you type that, you'll see exactly specifically where it says in the Constitution that Trump has the authority, if you deem any alien, illegal or not, as being a danger to our country or trying to, you know, mess with our government, then you have the right to deny them. Now, liberals only want these refugees and they only want the illegals over here for future votes. When their kids are born here, their kids are Americans, and then they're going to say, oh, how did we get here? You know, ask their parents, how did we get here? And they're going to say, Hillary Clinton let us stay here. And then they're going to continuously vote for liberals. Do you get it? They're controlling the vote. And since liberals want to destroy all the rights that make sense, then technically these illegals, and some of them not illegal, some of them, very few legal immigrants are here to do harm because they worked hard to get here. But there is a section, mainly people who follow radical Islam. There is a section of people who come here with the intent to hurt us. We have to distinguish the difference, okay? And nobody should ever let masses amounts, Republican or Democrat, nobody should let masses of people, thousands, millions, or whatever, come over here just to increase their votes. That is crooked. That is literally the biggest rigging of the electoral system, the biggest attack on our rights to vote. That's voters fraud, in my opinion. Anybody can make that case. Anybody can make that case. If liberals continue to win and we continue to let them, they will steal the country, and then we won't have the rights that we hold dear. Our society's future is brainwash. You know, when I get older, I don't want my peers to run this country. If we can wake them up before then my hat's off to them. I would love it, because a lot of people that are my age are really good people, but they don't realize they're being brainwashed. And this political correctness crap has to stop. It has to stop. Okay? It has to. It has to stop. Because one day liberals are going to wake up and say, oh my gosh, now our rights are gone. Well, when you pick off one side's rights, the other side's rights don't matter as much later on. Because it makes it to where people think that the Constitution should be changed and however we see fit. It's disgusting. It really is. We need to wake up, people. It is time. It is time to wake up. Smell the coffee.